The art of making apple butter has deep roots in American history. The term butter refers to the thick and soft consistency of this bread, not to any dairy products. It's typically seasoned with cinnamon and allspice, and this sweet concoction is one that many Virginians have passed down from generation to generation.
They started off with applesauce, and it won't keep. But if you cook applesauce for hours and hours, it will turn dark brown, and then add in the sugar. It's preservative. The Pennsylvania Dutch brought it over possibly, and then into Virginia, the Appalachia, the mountaineers, the mountain folks grasped onto the making of the apple butter, 1700s, 1800s.
The tradition for Anne's family has turned into quite a small business. Her mother and father started making apple butter for sale in 1977. 20 years later, Anne took over the family business and named her product Anne's Apple Butter.
The copper kettle I'm using today is the one my father had years ago, way back. And I'm using the same equipment that he engineered. He engineered an automatic stirrer that we can make the apple butter a lot simpler.
The traditional method of making apple butter requires apples to be cored and peeled and then made into applesauce. The applesauce will then cook over an open flame in a copper kettle with a wooden paddle, consistently stirring the mixture for close to 10 hours until it becomes a rich brown color. The entire process is very labor intensive. Damari slow cooks her apples also, just with the aid of an automated paddle and peeler. She adds her mother's secret spices and sugar until the recipe is perfect, and then hand pours each jar to preserve the treat.
And I use local apples from Virginia. The best apple butter you can make are the best Virginia apples you can find. So I always say it's the best Virginia apples. And you can use wine sap, you can use McIntosh, you can use Granny Smith, Yellow Delicious mixture, a mixture of Rome, and those, you can mix it.
What began as a few neighbors enjoying her mother's apple butter recipe has blossomed into a nationwide enjoyment of this Virginia finest product. Anne makes her home-style apple butter from September to February 3 to 6 times per week to fill her orders. She says it's humbling to know that her mother's recipe is reaching far beyond the Virginia borders.
I have this gentleman from Washington State. He called me. He says, I've got to have some more of your apple butter. He says, yes, we grow a lot of apples out here in Washington, but nobody makes apple butter like you do.
Reporting in Botetourt County, Virginia, I'm Sherry McKinney.